Throughout the Space Shuttle program, a familiar launch day sight was the shiny silver vehicle known as the Astrovan. Before each launch, astronauts smiled and waved as they left the crew quarters and boarded the van that would carry them to meet their fully fueled ride to space. The vehicle would wind its way across NASA's Kennedy Space Center in Florida as it carried the crew to the launch pad. It was an exciting ride for the crew members, but especially for the rookies ready for their first trip to space.
The first time, it's just everything about it. It's just, the anticipation, excitement, you're a little bit nervous, but it's just neat to know that, you're one in the series of a very long line of astronauts that rode in this vehicle going to the pad, for a flight to space, so it's pretty cool.
Early shuttle crews had fewer astronauts, so they rode to the launch pad in an Apollo-era transport van. But since 1984, each shuttle crew traveled those 9 miles aboard the current vehicle. The modified Airstream motorhome only racked up about 27,000 miles in its 27 years of service. That's because it's used solely to transport the astronauts for each mission.
But I always associate this vehicle with flying, because you only get in here twice. You get in here for TCDT, which of course is the launch rehearsal, and then launch day.
The only other time the Astrovan was used was to take the astronaut back to crew quarters after landing. The vehicle's appeal is rooted in its tradition rather than its decor.
It's not really extravagant, kind of like bench seating, and it's pretty crowded on launch day, especially with a crew of 7. I think everyone's trying to cut the tension with a joke or two from time to time.
The interior's narrow center aisle is paralleled by long benches. Lift-out sections accommodate the ventilator units used to circulate cool air through the astronauts' bulky orange launch and entry suits.
This is the only place they have liquid air, and liquid air is really good. We have this cooling garment that circulates water cooling, and in the hot Florida sun, it's nice to have it. They plug that liquid air into you, and it just blows this cool air throughout your suit, which is really nice because it actually dries your suit. And the only place we get to have it is in here. And I don't know why, it was like a special treat on launch day.
Now, while each crew no doubt had their own unique take on their ride to the launch pad, Shuttle Atlantis STS-135 mission crew took in the significance of the final ride for the Space Shuttle program.
It was really special this time because there were so many people here. And I think even though it's kind of an anxious time as you head out to the launch pad because this might actually be the day, on this particular day, the last flight, I think we were all really amazed at how many people showed up. I mean, even on the road, you hang the right turn to go to the pad, and the road was lined with people waving American flags. It made me feel good, to know that the shuttle program meant this much to so many people, and not just national, but international. I mean, a lot of people turned out to watch the grand finale, if you would.
While the vehicle won't be taking any more shuttle crews to the launch pad, NASA plans to keep it ready to ferry future astronaut crews to the pad.
I would like to keep this tradition. I don't know if any of us will get to fly on the next vehicle, whatever that vehicle may be, a U.S. vehicle, but it would be kind of neat to have some of it be the same.
And actually traditions are important in a business like this. It keeps everybody connected.
Everybody ready?
Let it happen, Captain.
Hold on, everybody.
So after riding the Astrovan to the launch pad a number of times, what would it be like if a Space Shuttle commander got the keys to take it for a spin? STS-135 Commander Chris Ferguson found out.
There's 0 to 35 in a minute and a half. That was the most white-knuckled event I've had. I pronounce this vehicle fit for another space program.
Hi, I'm Jake Hullis. I'm with Airstream out of Jackson Center, Ohio. We're here with the new Astrovan II that we built in partnership with the Boeing Company. This is going to take our Starliner astronaut crew out to the launch pad starting in 2020, and I'm excited to show it off here.
Great, let's see it.
Come on up.
Thank you. Okay.
Yeah, so this is is a modified Airstream Atlas. This is a Class B motorhome. In a normal configuration, there would be a bed right here, there's a slide out, there would be a kitchen over here, and a lavatory area in the back. When we started talking to Boeing about 2 years ago, they gave us the requirements they wanted, and we really worked hand in hand with them on the configuration. There's plenty of space for the astronauts to store their equipment. We feel strongly that we can get a 4-person crew in here comfortably, and we are excited to see this thing start taking astronauts out to the launch pad here in 2020.
Is there anything custom or different up here in front as compared to just say a regular Airstream that anyone can buy?
Mostly in the seats. Our seats were custom made. We work hand in hand with the manufacturer in Ohio, and you know, we worked on the Boeing colors. They are extremely comfortable seats. A little bit of an upgrade from the bench seating in the original Astrovan that took the space shuttle crews out to the launch pad. But we hope that this vehicle will take its place in the history books the same way that vehicle did.
We do too. And ma'am, can you introduce yourself, please?
Sure, yeah. I'm Samantha Martin. I am the archivist and historian for Airstream. And so I can tell you a bit about our 50-year history being involved in space exploration. Airstream built the 4 mobile quarantine facilities that were used on the Apollo missions. And those were modified Airstream travel trailers that were used to quarantine the returning astronauts out of the fear of any lunar pathogens that they may have come into contact with. And then that was for Apollo 11, 12, intended for 13 and 14.
Okay.
We then continued our historic involvement with space exploration in the 80s during the shuttle era. A modified 1983 Airstream Excella motorhome was used to transport the crew from the operations and checkout building to the launch pad. That vehicle, officially known as the Astronaut Transfer Van, nicknamed affectionately the Astrovan, was used from STS-9 in November of '83 to the final shuttle mission in 2011. And so it made those journeys and racked up 26,500 miles in quite a span of years.
We worked hand in hand with the Boeing Company, and really, you know, it's part and parcel to the new commercial crew era. Really, we see it as a partnership with another heritage American brand. They were there in some of their heritage companies with the Apollo mission, space shuttle program, the same way that we were. So it just felt like a really natural partnership for us.